Satnam, I'm here with Nupur Pittie, who's been a great inspiration to me and my life for naturopathy, nature cure. Whenever I've had any issue related to my own health or any of my students, she's been my go-to person. I've picked up the phone and I've called her up. And just to give you one story, which is really make you understand how powerful this whole concept of naturopathy and understanding of naturopathy is. I remember calling up Nupur one day and telling her about a very close friend of mine who used to get gallbladder stones all the time. Almost every year or every 2 years, he had to get hospitalized to take out big stones from his gallbladder. And when I told Nupur about it, I said, he's a very close friend. Can you help him? Like, what should he do to not get it? And she said, just ask him one question. Does he drink water from an RO filter, or does he drink water from plastic bottles, like what we call Bisleri bottles or bottled water? And I called him up. I said, do you have an RO filter at home? He said, yes. I said, and just by the way, do you also drink water from plastic bottles? He said, yes, all the time. My water in my house is not so great. And whenever I'm traveling, I always buy water on the road, and I always drinking water from a plastic bottle. So I told him to please stop doing both. Install a normal filter, boil the water, have that water, and stop having water from plastic bottles. For the next 10 years that I know, he never got gallbladder stones after that. So that is how a simple knowledge, simple understanding can change somebody's life. And all of us have some health issue or the other at some point of time of our life or the other. I had arthritis. I had very high cholesterol. I had eczema. And what cured me and why I'm such a big proponent of Ayurveda and nature cure is nature cure. So Nupur, welcome. And thank you for all your wisdom. And I want to ask you a very important question that I get from so many people on my Instagram and YouTube about insomnia. So what it is that one can do, because the one thing I know that worked for me is what I tell them is take 4 drops of ghee and put it in your nose before sleeping. I think you only told me this. And just make sure it just goes all over your system and try that. And it's worked for many people.
Yeah.
But supposing if that it does not help, supposing for any reason putting ghee in the nose doesn't help, then what are the other options?
So, as I always start with the fact that illness is coming from somewhere deep within.
Emotional imbalance.
Okay. And that emotion is what you have to pay attention to. Now, insomnia is not something which comes overnight. Insomnia is something that has developed over the years, and now we call it insomnia.
Yeah.
Basically, it is restless sleep or no sleep. Now, the first thing to understand is what is it that is different in your life than another person who's getting a very sound sleep? What is it that they are doing and that you are not doing, or what they are not doing and you are doing? And we don't have the patience to do this introspection. And that is the reason why we just simply accept the fact that I have insomnia and I'm going to take a tablet and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But the first step to do is figure out what really is going on in your life and face it. The moment you face insomnia as something which is coming to you is when your mind is not at peace. When your manomaya is not at peace. Why is it not at peace? Is because there is something in the past that is troubling it.
Past or past life also possible?
It is past life, but let me start with the inner child. You see children, how beautifully they sleep.
Yeah.
Right? So how is it that as growing up adult, you have lost that blissfulness of sleep? It's because you're carrying a certain baggage of worry. Every second, there are millions of thoughts that you are carrying. It's like pouring thoughts in a glass of water. think of it. Imagine you're pouring water in a glass. Okay, those are the thoughts that you're putting into your mind. Now, if you don't filter that,
Hmm.
what is going to happen? It's going to spill over.
Hmm.
Now, that spillover has no place. It's still there. And when it is so overflowing, now where is the place for the mind to have peace? So there is so much going on that there is no place for you to rest. There's no place. And we need to now vacate everything so that there can be space for you to sleep. I'm giving you this because people don't get this ki bhai insomnia hai, so that means there is an overthinking happening here.
Okay, but now what to do?
Overthinking. So now, first of all, get to that ki, okay, what is happening? So the first step I always tell people is start sitting in meditation. Why? They will not be able to meditate. Let me tell you this. When I say sit in meditation, they will not be able to do it. Okay? Because pre-preparations have to be done. And pre-preparations means first you need to cleanse your body, shat karma. Then you need to do an exercise or an asana. You need to do pranayama. And then you need to let go of things. So to do all of that, start with meditation because you will not be able to do it. So when you do meditation, now everything will come into your mind.
Hmm.
Because you're sitting, but you're not able to because there's so many things popping up.
Hmm.
That is the perfect way to start. You should keep a book. And as soon as you want to meditate and a lot of thoughts come, open the book and write down all that is coming to you.
No, but one thing I'm confused about is that I sleep 3 seconds after I close my eyes.
Okay.
That means I have no thoughts.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't
You
overburden
do
myself.
have, but you don't.
Yeah, but I don't overburden. Then why can't I meditate? Why is it so difficult for me to meditate?
What do you mean by meditation?
Dhyana, just focusing on the breath, not allowing too many thoughts to come.
Okay.
Because, like, if you are saying that you cannot meditate because so if that connection is there, then why is it reverse in my case? And why is it so hard for me to meditate and so easy for me to fall asleep?
Is it difficult for you to meditate?
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Then when you want to sit down in meditation, whatever his thoughts are coming, write them down. Because a thought is coming to you because it wants you to give it a thought. And we are trying to become mindless. We are wanting to do our meditation with mindfulness. Understand this. You're doing a meditation because you want to be mindful of your, awareness. The moment these thoughts are coming to you, now you want to be mindless. You want them to get out. They're coming to you because they want you to give it a thought. So be mindful, give it a thought, write down all your thoughts, and be truthful about it. And then start paying attention. Okay, if this has come to me, what is it saying? For example, I am angry at someone. And when I sit into meditation, that's the only thing that is coming to my mind. Okay, that is one of the things. How mean they were, how bad they were, why this is not happening, what is wrong, I can't get this, I want this, this is what I need. Everything just flashes in your meditation. So just write them down.
Okay, is there anything they can eat or anything they can specifically do that will help them sleep?
So when you write down the thoughts, now you can pay attention to them. That is one. Okay, eat less than what you want to eat. If you have to sleep at 10 o'clock, eat your meal at 6. Eat way early.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's possible, have only a meal a day. Be hungry. When I say be hungry, doesn't mean starve. Okay, eat live food, not dead food. So eat what is live. How do you know if it is live? The ants, the kidas, everything will get attracted to it, means it's live food.
Mm.
Okay, the moment you cut it, you keep it, it'll rot, means it is live food. Eat live food, eat way earlier than what your bedtime is. That's one. The next thing to do is that the first one was to write down your thoughts. Second one is eat way before your bedtime. The third thing to do is tratak.
Mm.
So before you're going to bed, what you should do is light a diya with either ghee or sarson ka tel.
Mm.
And if you're not somebody who has a diya with sarson ka tel and things like that, light a candle.
Mm.
Light a candle, keep it at your eye distance with one arm distance and stare at it for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Till the tears start flowing out.
Okay, so just stare at it and from your left nostril, close your right nostril, and from your left nostril, so this is the thumb you should close your right nostril with, and left nostril, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in at least 4 to 6 counts, breathe out at least 8 to 10 counts.
Mm.
Do this for 15 minutes. Right? This is the next step. So you can do tratak 15 minutes while you're breathing in and breathing out from your left nostril. You can play an Om chant if you like. You can play some soothing music if you like. Post that. Apply ghee or sarson ka tel in your navel, on your foot of your toe. I mean, on the
sole of the foot.
On the sole of the foot, and apply some in your nose. Okay, 3 places.
Yeah.
And then go to sleep. Have half a glass of warm water.
The last thing I would like to add from my own experience is find out if your head is in the north direction.
Oh, yeah, okay. Direction is
That's one of the reasons that people don't understand. Your head cannot be facing in the north side.
Yes.
Because all the iron of the body gets sucked up there. I cannot sleep. Well, so that's why if I go check into any hotel, I travel so much, I always have my compass, which I check whether my head is going to be in the north. If it is in the north, I don't sleep on that
so
side.
On that basis, actually, it is the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So because we are in the southern hemisphere, our head should be in the south.
Should be in the south.
When you travel to the northern hemisphere, then your head should be in the north.
Okay.
So, in living in the southern hemisphere, we should have our head to the southern hemisphere.
Some other things from Feng Shui which I want to add, which are not part of this nature cure discussion, which is part of insomnia, is that you should not have any clutter under your bed. A lot of people in India especially have a lot of storage space in their beds, and they put junk in it. They put old clothes, they put books, they put utensils, anything, and if you do that, there is no way you're going to get a good sleep. Also, some people have art behind them, paintings which are like, in one particular case, when I was called for this child who was really like losing it, he was actually going mental. He had a horse painting behind him.
Yes.
And when you're sleeping, you cannot have a horse galloping on your head. Similarly, a fire painting behind, a lot of red color in the bedroom. I've actually been to a bedroom where there is glass everywhere. There's a very famous actor who, an older actor who passed away recently. His house had all the walls in glass, and even the ceiling was made in glass. And we all know that, he lost his mental balance towards the end of his life. You cannot even have one mirror facing you when you're sleeping, because when you're sleeping, if your emotion is good, it will double it. But if you have any stress, anxiety, pain, grief, sorrow, it will also double that. So you cannot have a mirror facing your bed when you're sleeping. So these are the basic Feng Shui tips for making sure that at least that part of your life, there's nothing wrong.
I'll give you 2 more things here. One is that ask them to take regular massages.
Yeah.
Oil massages. Because oil massage, when the movement happens, it releases your tension. The body that is holding the tension, even if you're not really working on writing down and letting go, the massage helps to release tension. So one is massage, and post that, ask them every day to have a bath with Epsom salt.
Mm.
Okay. So before you sleep, you should first and foremost, so important, 2 hours before, no connections with your gadgets, your phones, your TV. I know it's so tough, but if you're someone who is suffering,
Yeah.
you
Then you have to.
you have to. So no phones, no gadgets, nothing, and have a bath with Epsom salt. So when you cleanse your body
Mm.
with Epsom salt, and of course, if you're going to do the massage on the bottom of your foot, on your belly, in your nostrils, and do the tratak, you will see it will make a big difference. So take regular massages.
So whoever has any issues with sleeping and insomnia, I hope this conversation helped you. We'll catch you in the next one. Ratnam.
Happy healing.